Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Kim here, and today is a Destash video. Oh, what a mess I've got here on my desk. What a mess. I'm just going to move some of this over because I was watching videos while I was working. Okay, today I'm doing another Destash, and this is for my Thriftees. If you follow the videos, you know I have a group of people that I call my Thriftees, Kim's Thriftees. Just like Taylor has Swifties, Kim has Thriftees. So each week, or as close as possible, because, you know, life gets in the way sometimes, I try to destash an area in my studio or a couple of spots in my studio, because I have a lot of stuff. And I offer these items up to my Thriftees. They get first choice of all of this stuff. And anything that's left over, I may or may not put in my coffee shop. But if it's not there and you are interested in some of these items, just let me know. Send me a private message and we can work something out. So today I went through one stack, and trust me, there's going to be lots of these. So if you're not a thrifty today, like for this round, there will be lots of opportunity to get stuff like this all the time. Because one, I can't stop thrifting. I love thrifting, and this is an excuse to go thrifting. And two, I have lots of stuff, and you know, I'm trying to organize different areas as I go along and move things out as much as possible, because I get tired of things too. So it's fun to have new product all the time, new ideas, new thoughts, new colors, new textures, all that stuff. So this is how my Thrifties get stuff. So I have this huge pile of paper here, and it's a combination of music sheets and some patterns, and well, I'm going to go through it so you can see. And I'm guessing that, you know, if you look at this divided by 5, there's probably going to be 30 or 40 sheets. And if it's not, I will top it up to make sure it's at least 40 sheets. So these are all larger images, but they do fit nicely in the thrift box, in the Thrifties box. So, you know, I will put them in some type of a sleeve. You know, some of them have a little bit of a vintage scent to them, but nothing bad, because I go through that stuff pretty quickly to make sure that it's not. So what I'm going to be doing is taking each book apart, going eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Whatever you get, you get. Don't ask for anything in particular, because I'm not going to sit and go through all that. But you will get a package that's equally nice. If you don't get some certain thing, you will get something else. So this is a 1953, I think it's some type of a music magazine. There's marks from the tape on here. Some of these pages are fragile. Look at these ads. Do you remember these? The handsome prize-winning body I gave him. Ooh. Bumpy skin. So the ads are fun. You know, they are fragile pages, but there's always something fun that you can cut out or reuse. Look, there's Marilyn Monroe. Sorry, don't ask for it because I don't know who will get it. Song of the month. So this one's kind of a lyrics type of magazine. And now this one is rhythm and blues. I'm just going through them because, like I said, I'll be going eeny, meeny, miny, mo when I do them. It was just easier to show it to you this way. I like that. Is the mambo oversexed? There's the question of the day. So different images, different song lyrics. Like I said, ooh, that's Cutie Corner. Baseball. All kinds of fun stuff. Now this one is a page or a book cover. I don't know if it's the same book. It's got a little bit of stress to it, but this is a nice advertisement. This is from 1937. I had got a huge box of papers at one time, and I've weeded through and used some of it, but none of them had book covers. None of them. So if there is a book cover here, it's very rare. So this is from 1937, my first songbook. You know, some of these are just plain pages, but you know, nice on this side. This could be folded into a trifold and stuck in a journal. Pretty little illustrations. Some of them are colored. Jingle bells, pussycat, pussycat. So Away in the Manger, Yankee Doodle. You know, just different music. And, you know, it's in a larger size. So nice to work with. This one has a back cover. Oh, this one has a front cover. Surprise. 1945 broadcast songs. Now, if it's a torn page, I will pull that out and use it for myself. Because, you know, I cut them up for collage anyway, but anything else I will include in as part of the mix. And then this one is torn, so I think I'll just keep that one as well. I never dreamed I could play music. Oh, another one with a cover. Must have hit some good ones here. I don't know what year this is. Oh, no date. Oh, 1952. So more song lyrics. And like I said, they come with little advertisements in between. Some are fun. Whistle worthy. Look at this dress. It's whistle worthy. I would say so. Look at those. Here, I'm going to bring it up close for you so you can see. Look at those pointy boobs. That's whistle worthy. And then it also had a back cover here and lots of advertisements. 3 Yuletide melodies. 1946. Like I said, if you don't get a page of this, you'll get something else. And I will make sure that I give you at least 40 assorted pages. Hillbilly and Cowboy Hit Parade. And we've got a date on here. 1954. Oh, look at these kind of music sheets here. They've got the words handwritten. I don't guarantee they're all like that, but these are also very nice if you cut them down to 8.5 by 11 and put them through your printer and print over top of them. Gorgeous. There's some typewritten words. Some cowboy stars. Closing time. And I think that's the back cover. This one is no date, just music. Some of these are, okay, copyright 1918 from the actual image, or the music, I mean. But I don't see other dates. Then, you know, I wouldn't recommend, unless you actually see the actual date, I wouldn't recommend mass producing them. But, you know, if it's for your own use, that's different. World's Greatest Classic Highlights from Bach to Scott Joplin. Now, there are a lot of pages in this book. This is a prize because there's very little words. It's all music. So this allows you to do so many things with it. You can stamp on here, ink on here, you know, do stencils, print on it. And some of them are nicely spaced. So this is a really a fun piece to work with because you can just cut out that little bit and use it in a cluster, you know, or long strips and make belly bands. There are no words, although there's nothing wrong with words either, but fun. So again, you'll get a good share of this. I think there's quite a few pages here. Now this says, okay, let's just round it up. It says 227. So let's just say 200 sides, which means there's 100 pages. Well, you're going to get at least 20 of these, at least. Because and there are a couple of pictures if you're luck of the draw, if you get a picture or not. This one is again sheet music that is with very little words in here. So same thing, great to put into the printer or ink stamp on. God Save the King. This is a study. I don't have a date, but beautiful coloring to this. And again, just music. Evenings at Home. No date on this one unless it's inside here. Oh, 1948 and 1959. So they're all, anywhere from about the 1920s to the 1960s, I think. Then there's a few patterns and catalogs. Now, some of them have colored pages. Like this is some type of a quilting thing. So I will give you at least one colored page. I'll make sure you get something, that you can cut out and work with. This one is like doilies and placemats. This is all black and white. This one is doilies and placemats. This one is trims on handkerchiefs, and they're in color. These are nice little pocket things that you can easily use. So because there's only 5 of you, I will make sure that each one of you gets one of these. Very pretty. Baby edgings or whatever. Okay, another one where there's some colored pages. So I will try to disperse them accordingly to make sure you. That's pretty. That's pretty. This one's all black and white. Looks like I have 2 of these. Yep. And this one's edgings again. Great for doing, sewing and craft type journals. Just fun, interesting pages. This one looks like it's got some colored pages in it too. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, this is for finer crochet. So yeah, I will make sure to disperse the color pages pretty evenly if I can. There's lots here. So you'll get something of something. And they're pretty. They're very pretty. The colors are fun. I love these vintage colors. Yeah, this one's got enough definitely to go around. Same with this one, probably. There's enough to go around. So fun pages. So this will be the whole stack is going to get divvied up between the 5 of you. And this one's children's clothing. So there's some great images that could be fussy cut out of here. I will again make sure that I spread them out evenly so that you get something fun and cute. Oh, look at that little face. That is so sweet. So yeah, one way or another, you'll get something out of that. This is some type of children's book. It's a thicker board. It's in rough shape, but you can probably crop and cut out pieces out of this. It's on, I think it's on like the ocean, seaside. Okay. A stands for August and the summer's glad rain. When bound for the seaside, we enter the train. Okay, so it's just pictures. So, if you get this picture, what's on the other side of it here? A beach scene. So you will get one and then you can choose which side. Or this is pretty old. You can probably make photocopies of this. So 3, yeah, I have enough here to do 4, 5, 6, 7. So you'll get something. Cowboy songs. Okay, this is Kitty Wells, Jack Kingston. I think I recall Kitty Wells, but that's about the only one. And it was 25 cents a day. But look at the green pages. 1954. So advertisements and songs that can be cut out. Honky Tonk Girl. Let's just read the words. Don't be fooled by big blue eyes, by a smile or a golden curl, for she will love you now and then break every vow because she's a honky tonk girl. I don't think this is the Rolling Stones version. So yeah, just fun stuff here. Fun color, stars on the horizon. So yeah, I will try to make sure you get something. Hank Snow. Glenn Campbell. Oh my goodness, that was Glenn Campbell. And Tex Clark. Hawaiian Yodeler. Women in the News. So this is 1954. Over 70 years old. Isn't that crazy? Okay, on to this one. Dominion Piano Book, Part 2, 75 cents. Don't see a copyright here. I don't know if that's the cover or not. Okay, here we have the Roman numerals. Copyright, okay, 1934. International copyright. U.S. copyright is 1934. Same thing. Lovely color. Just different types of music. A rustic dance, a little song, finger fancies, nursery rhyme. So, some of these, like nursery rhyme, you could put with a baby book. And, little fingers you could put with a baby book. Theme, I don't know what that is. Come Waltz With Me could be a very romantic book. The Cuckoo Call, well, that could go into a gardening journal. So there's lots of different ways that you can... A pirate story, now that would be fun. Woodland Spells, Woodland Journal. Prancing and Dancing, Ring Around the Rosie. So yeah, fun items that you can use the title of the song, Country Gardens. So whatever you get, you get. And then let us have music. Copyright 1940. And again, lots of sheet music and beautiful images or beautiful pages that you can print or further embellish. Old Black Joe, Jeannie with the light brown hair. Oh, Susanna. It's not Old Susanna, but Oh, Susanna, right? Oh, Susanna. My Darling Clementine. So, yeah, it's the luck of the draw. Oh, I love this page. This is nice. So whatever you get, you get. And I will guarantee no less than 40 pages. If you get more, great. If you don't, I will top it up. So let me know. There are 10 items. Oh, a piece of tape. I'm going to tuck that in there, and whoever gets the tape gets the tape. Because some of you love that stuff. I don't get it, but okay. So this is the first one. So just say large music or paper pack. Large paper pack. Oh, okay. The next thing I have... Where are we? Okay, we're good. These were mushrooms that I cut out of a mushroom book. I'm not going to take them apart. They were just different plates. Way back, I bought 2 books. I've only dissected 1 book so far. And they are all pictures. They're colored plates of funky, weird mushroom things. And it works out that I can give you about 8 per person. So if you want the mushroom pages, just say mushroom pages. CD envelopes. This is a 10 pack, I think. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. They are authentic CD. Can you imagine that this is obsolete now? Pretty much. So yeah, if you want a 10 pack of CD envelopes, this is a great way to, just have a handful to work with, and, not have to buy a whole box of them or deal with a whole box if you find them in the wild. So there's CD envelopes. Altogether, there are 10 different items. So do make notes as you go along. Stop the video if you need to go get a pen and write down what you want. This next one is a pack of vellum sheets. Now, I think there are 8. I think 8 or 7. I can't remember. they're weird because on half, like it's vellum, you can see my hand through it sort of, I think. On half it doesn't have the foiling, on the other half it does. Don't ask me why. I got a whole pile of these. So this one looks like wood logs. And then the rest of these are just different patterns. So on half of it's got the gold and on the other half it's green. It's approximately, let's see, it's approximately not quite 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, not quite 6 by just a little over 8. So they're a pretty good size. So each one gets these, all of these patterns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 patterns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you want one, just say vellum sheets. You know, they're fun to add to, like if you have like a frame and you're going to turn that frame into a pocket, then this is great to fill it in, you know, because it is translucent, and so you can sort of see what's underneath. Some of these may be better than others. But yeah, this was just a box of vellum that I had that I was going through, and so these are the sheets. Very good. You know, the colors are perfect for doing a woodlands journal. And so the green, the gold, and the brown. So let me know if you want the vellum. And the next one in this pile is filters. Now this is a 24-piece filters. I'm sure you've seen different coffee filters, you know, at thrift shops, or you've thought about buying a box of them. But when you buy them by the box, you get a lot. So what I've done is I've gone through all of my filters, and I've given you a couple of, like this is the largest one. I've given you 2 of that, but some of them you got 3, some of them you got 4. And they are good to, you can ink on them, you can do some stamping on them, stenciling, dyeing. If you have a page that's big enough, you can use it as a side tuck or a corner tuck on a page. This is already, well, it's almost 6 inches wide, so you'd have to maybe cut it down to go, if you wanted to have it on a page as a tuck in this size. But you can also fold these over in half and wrap it around a page so that you have a pocket on this side, or even a double pocket depending on how you glue it. And then you would have a pocket on the other side as well. So I've given you different sizes of these. There's 24 in all. So some of them, like I said, you got 4, some you got 2, depending on how much I had. And then these round filters are, a friend of mine was selling vacuum cleaners. And I laugh because I have a vacuum cleaner story myself, but I'll spare you that one. And so when she said she was going to start selling vacuums, I thought, okay, this girl's nuts. But you know what? She did really, really well. She was crazy enough to do it, and just the perfect kind of crazy to sell everybody else on it. And she did well. But when she finally quit the company, not because she didn't like selling them, because she did do very well, but she got a better job. She had a whole case of these in her trunk that she had forgotten to turn in when she turned in all her vacuum stuff. And so she came to my shop one day and she said, "Hey, you got a use for these?" And I said, "Yes." So I've since distributed a whole bunch to other people. But I put 4 in your package. If you want more of these, you can just let me know and I will add more. But they are good to do your slow stitching on. If you want to, you know, you can, I would glue a piece of fabric on top and then work that way. And then you've got the perfect round to cut it out afterwards. But also good for die cutting for flowers. Any of this is good for die cutting flowers, by the way, because this is very sturdy material. I mean, it's meant to get wet. So it's a very sturdy material to use for making flowers, and curls really nicely, and you know, takes to color very nicely. So you could have some fun making die cut images out of all of these things. So then there's some in this same size that in the craft color are also in white. And then they go down in size to this smaller one, which I think I gave you 4. Yeah, 4 of these. And they would be, well, they'd be 5 inches. So they would fit, you know, like on a corner. If you put them on a corner, they would fit nicely in a page on a regular signature. And they're about 6 inches wide across. So, you know, you couldn't use it really upright on a page. But again, you could fold it, or you could cut it and stitch it to make smaller pockets as well. So yeah, even these big ones, you could cut them and stitch them and make 2 separate fun pockets. And then there's some teeny tiny ones, which are fun as well. They are perfect for little tuck pockets and stuff. And then these are some tea filters. So there's a 3-pack of those. I sometimes put these in my ephemera pack too. You can purchase these online, but I think you get like 500 in a box when you do purchase them. So yeah, I've given you a few, and if you decide, you know, this is something you like, you can always ask me for more if you need more. One of my thrifties in the last couple of sets, a couple of my thrifties, not one, a couple of times, have asked me if somebody hadn't taken something, if they could have a second one. By all means, you know, because pretty much, like, I stopped going back to the old videos and saying what was left over and saying, help yourself, because it's just too much work. Now we've got lots of these videos. But if you even tell me in the video when you're picking your stuff, and you say, if there's an extra this, can I have one? I will certainly add one in if there's extras left over, and I will let you know. And I'll wait until I know all of the thrifties have taken what they wanted, and then I will go back, because if you're first on the list and you wanted something, I will go back and you will get that item as well. That additional item. So, and I will make sure that I make a notation of it on my response back to you so that you know whether or not you got one. Also, thrifties, it would really, really help me a lot if you would say, if you decide there's nothing in a video for you, if you could just say, I'm passing today, or nothing for me, or whatever, just so I know I can take you off the list, so that if somebody is waiting to get something else, I don't have to chase you down and say, are you taking, and then wait for you to watch the video, or, you know, whatever, and to decide what you want. But, you know, this way, if you could just tell me, nothing for me today, that's great. You know, no big deal, and I'm happy to be able to let the other ones know that they want it. And also, sometimes if the thrifties are reading the comments and you see somebody has passed on something, or said passed on the video, then you know that there's an extra one of everything available. So don't hesitate to ask me for it if you want it. Anyway, filters, 24-pack. So just say filters if you want the filters. So we did all those, right? The CDs, the vellum, and the filter. CD envelopes. Okay. Another one. I'm coming. My chair has really quick rollers. And so whenever I get up, it slips right away. And so I have to be careful not to land on my keister. So I have to catch the chair as I go along. These are offcuts. I was cutting some paper for a project and for somebody who had made me message me for a special request. This is textured cardstock. And there's, I think, not 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 sheets. They are 3-inch by 6-inch, and they are in different textures. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it is this color on the other side. And this is kind of a diamond. And then there's, like, I can't guarantee because there wasn't enough of everything to give. I mean, they're offcuts. This is a 3-inch by 6-inch piece. So if you want a pack of these, this is Graphics 45 paper. And if you take an emery board, and I don't want to do it on somebody's project, or on somebody's package, but if you take an emery board or a light sandpaper and you sand this away, you will see more of the texture and the pattern and the distressing. Because they are two different colors. I guess it's the other color that shows through, depending on, well, I don't know. Yeah, I guess so, because this is the raised side. So it would be this color showing through. But yeah, there's different ones. Kind of a diamond pattern, a floral, sort of a fleur-de-lis, not quite, sort of damask. There's the other side of this. So if you want a pack of these, they're perfect size for making tags. All you have to do is either cut your corners or add a tab at the top and then decorate away. So textured paper, if you want a pack, I have those aside for you. Sale tickets, sale tags. They're a pack of 20. They say sale on this side. And then they have manufacturer's suggested retail, our discount price. Fun to put in a journal. You can collage over top of them. There's a 20 pack. The hole's already made in it for you. Good to go. Easy to ink stain, coffee stain, and distress further or add more interest to it. So just say sale tags. This next one is, I want to say there's at least, I don't know. I think it's either 80 or 100 pieces. I can't remember, honestly. I just went eeny, meeny, miny, mo until they were gone. So whatever you got, if you got a few extra, it's because you were the last of the next pile. So, and then I just kept going from there. So you might have either 101 or 81, somewhere around there. But this is a combination of some game money, some game little cards. There's some of this Asian hell money, Joss money. And there's like a 5-pack here. I'm going to actually show you something I do with that. I've got one here. Monopoly money. You know, I was sorting through all this stuff, and it just amazes me how Monopoly money, like all I did was I sorted it by color, but some of them are different sizes, and this one says copyright 1935. I don't know if they all do. Some really big. Now I love these tickets because of the color, and like that they're blank on the back. I like that. But just fun colors with the black contrast, really cool. So there's that. So lots of Monopoly money. I gave you every kind. The only thing I noticed, and I know it's probably my fault, is I don't have a lot of the hundreds and 50s or hundreds and 500s, and that's because of the color. You know, I zero in on this color to use in my work right away. These make great little notebooks because they're blank on the other side, so you can use them for notebooks. They're also great for collage masterboards and for other collage. Great for little pockets and little tuck spots on a page. So easy. You know, you just glue down the two sides and you have a little tuck that you can tuck something in. And who doesn't want $500 in their journal? And then I had some of the journal chance and community chest cards. You know, over the years, I have collected, I don't know, maybe 20 different Monopoly games. We kept ours for years, and then I finally got rid of it. I finally took it all apart, and that was because my niece Elizabeth ruined us for Monopoly. She loved Monopoly so much that when she would come over, we had to play Monopoly at least 3 times in the weekend. And after that, Tom and I were just so sick of it. But she loved it. And then this is, I don't remember what stock ticker is, but it's another game. And these are vintage 1937 as well. Copyright by Cope Clark, whoever that is. But it's another kind of money. Some of them look very old compared to others. I don't know. but again, blank on the back. In this case, it's kind of this off-white. So it's great for notebooks or to make little journal tucks that you can tuck into your projects. And then who doesn't love having a little bit of the deeds for different Monopoly places. So it's quite a mix. Like I said, there's at least 80 pieces here, and I think I only counted this as one. So definitely I think it would take you over 100 no matter what with everything that's here, if you were to count it all, but I'm not going to. So if you want this is the games pack. Okay, games paper money. Oh, I put that extra one in there. I'm going to take that one off. Yeah, because I wanted to show you what I do with this. This was the extra one. All I do is I scrunch this up because I want it to look like it's been worn out and, passed on for years and years. And yes, it's Joss money. I think on the one side it even says Hell banknote. You could tear that off or cover it up so that you make it look a little bit more old and distressed. And I love that it rips because it is a thin paper and the colors are very muted. And then I take my inker and I ink all over it. I probably should have a piece of paper underneath here. Here we go. And this brings out the wrinkled edges. And I don't care if I get too much ink in one spot or not enough in another. And then I do the same on the back side. And I want it to be torn. I want it to look like it's been through many hands, and I scrunch it up and I distress it more in spots. And then this is how I like to put it in, tuck it into a journal. Like it went through, many, many hands and even folded like it's a secret and tucked in a pocket so that people find this. And it's like this old vintage piece of money that's been, in your journal forever. So that's what I do with this stuff. Just thought I'd share that with you. Okay, so we got those behind us, and that leaves us one more. Oh, two more. Tickets. I made up these bunches of tickets. They are individual little tickets in all kinds of colors, which is perfect for doing different journals. So if you're doing, something that's red or green or purple or black, this magenta is a beautiful color, and the orange, you've got lots of options, lots of choices. I think there's lots. I don't know how much. Again, I had a whole pile of loose tickets. I've just finally got it all contained now into one container, and I just gathered up and made up these little packets for everybody. And there's lots. So just say tickets, refreshment tickets, or any kind of tickets. And I'll know that you want the tickets. I would collect these whenever we had, a situation where I was, where they had a draw. I would ask people for their tickets afterwards, or, I would pick up all the tickets off the table, or, sometimes you go to one of those bingos. I used to go with my aunt and with my grandparents and my mother at one time or another, and I would pick up all the paper bingo cards and the tickets until I had way too much of a collection. But I slowly did use most of those in different ephemera packs, and so now I've got it contained to a nice container. and so I just thought I would offer you some of these in the different colors, because even with what I have in the container, I will not use all of that. So I'm sharing it around. So there's your tickets. And the last item, without me falling off my chair, is a bag of buttons. Oh, I can just see you wriggling on your chair, Anne. These are just a mix of buttons. You know, whenever I'm out and about, I don't need buttons. It's hard for me to let go of buttons, but I have to be reasonable. But whenever I'm out and about and I see a bag of buttons, I have to buy it. And then, you know, I will scratch and look for some little thing in there, but most of the time there's nothing. It's gotten to the point where there's not as much as there used to be as far as buttons. And I have lots. I don't even know why I'm talking about this. So if you would like a bag of buttons, I'm adding those. And I know that Anna's going to say, whoever doesn't take their buttons, I'm going to take them. Because she loves buttons as much as I do, I think. So yeah, if you want a bag of buttons, please don't ask me for anything particular. I have no... I'm just going to drop a bag in there. I'm not going to look at them too closely. Some are vintage, some are pearlized, some are, as brown and black as you can get, but, they're always good, and some of them have 4 holes, 2 holes, shanks. You might find the odd Bakelite in here. I have to let them go. So if you want a bag of buttons, you get a bag of buttons. So that's it for my thrifty haul or Destash haul for today. 10 different items. So if you want all 10 and want to make it easy for yourself, just say, I'll take it all 10. If you don't want any, just say pass this time or no thanks and nothing for me. This way it makes your life easier and mine easier. And for you that want extras, just say, what you would like extra. If you want extra, if there is available, I will certainly add it to your box. If you're not a thrifty and you want to become one of Kim's Thriftees, there is a link in the description box below that takes you to the video that you watch first to understand what a thrifty is and how it works. You have to be in Canada for sure, and there is a waiting list. I'm not starting new until January. But do go to the video and follow the directions and leave your name on the video that you're watching there, so that I can catch the names and add you to the waiting list. Excuse me. So yeah, if you are in Canada, I can't do it for United States the way things are, and same with international. It's just too expensive at this point, but we will see. Canada Post is saying that they're going to be changing all kinds of things, so maybe they'll come up with something new for us that we can start doing things worldwide again. But yeah, the information is all there. Follow it. If you want free images, they're always free. Go to our Facebook group called Creative Collections of Free Digital Printables. It's hosted by both myself, Kim Newberg, and Caroline Jensen from Caroline's Craft Tree. We try to put up new images daily, although I'm not doing so much daily as I am putting like 6 or 8 up at a time. And then I try to stay ahead of that. But there are lots and lots of images to choose from. I am working on between 900 and 1,000 now on my blog. So if you're following along and you go to the blog, you'll see the new tab there that says 901 to 1,000. I think there's already 30 images in there or something. So I've got almost 1,000 images and I'm not talking like one picture. I'm talking 1,000 digital pages on my blog alone. 1,000 pages. Do you have them all? Who has them all? Let me know. I'd love to know if you have them all. So if you want free images, they're there all the time. Just follow the links. And if you want updates on that, follow the links to the Facebook group and leave your name in that group. Now, if you are getting my images from other groups that are outside of, Caroline's Craft Tree, Crafting with Eyes Wide Open, that's Brenda Clark's group, or myself, Boho Artisans. If you're or our collaborated group, Creative Collections. So if you're not following one of those groups, but you're in another group and you're getting my notifications about my images, I would suggest that you join one of those 4 groups, because come January, I am not posting outside of those groups. That'll be it. I'm only posting the groups that I am one of the administrators in one way or another, whether I administer as a moderator for Brenda or Caroline, or whether it's my own groups. But that's the only way that I will be, or the only places I will be sharing that information now, because it's getting to be too much and I really want to streamline. And, I'm not fond of that big blue F anyway. So so it's time to weed out and start changing things. I was in Facebook jail there for a few days because of some posting mistake I made, which they've never clarified what I did wrong or why or for how long. It just turned out to be 5 days with the weekend. But it turns out that I'm not the only one. There are other people who have been getting shut down for the stupidest of reasons, or for no reason at all. And so there seems to be something not quite right with how Facebook is operating lately. So that's another reason why I'm starting to wean myself off of Facebook as much as possible. And there will come a time where, it'll just be very minimal as to how much time I spend there. Whereas with YouTube and, some other social media platforms that I'm looking into. Anyway, that's it. That's all. I want to wish you all a very creative day and a creative week. And we're getting towards halfway through the week, and before you know it, the weekend will be done. So, or upon us. So gather all your free digitals and get your stuff together, and be ready for the weekend. Thank you all for watching. I want to wish you again a creative day and a creative week, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye for now.